Hey everyone, Scott here to discuss King Kong vs. Godzilla, or as I like to call it, King Kong vs. Godzilla. Starring Michael Keith, Harry Holcomb, James Yagi, Tadeo Takashima, Kaji Shaka, and Ichiro Arishimo, directed by Inashiro Honda and Thomas Montgomery. Now, this is my first viewing of this movie, and let's see how I think about it as. Let's get into it. On planet Earth, we're first introduced to Eric Carter announcing the news in America, while in Japan, there are ships in the ocean who witnesses a god who's a giant, and I get the impression it's Godzilla, while we meet a Japanese family. One of them is named Shakurai, or Sakuri, something like that, have dinner and his brother's steak is bigger, then what? Then his which is cringeworthy, funny dialogue. Even the Americans can't make a monster movie not laughable because it's hilarious, like last time with the original Godzilla, where I was just laughing at the bad dialogue. In a submarine, they witness an earthquake, while a helicopter sees an iceberg breaking as it is Godzilla. And the Japanese plan on destroying Godzilla with their missiles, but doesn't work out for the Japanese military as Godzilla melts the tanks, which looks like a giant man destroying a toy Lego set, which looks corny half to death. One of the Japanese men wants another monster to destroy Godzilla while a ship comes to an island that I guess is Skull Island, but I'm hearing rumors saying that it's not Skull Island. It's never said, but the crewmates do talk with the natives, and the natives let them stay for a few nights after showing them how much the radio works, and gives them some cigarettes, which is a bad idea, particularly for if their kids are there. But these movies are the masters of bad ideas. The Japanese crew with some of the natives go and search for the only monster to fight Godzilla, named King Kong. After fighting a giant squid of a monster, which was absolutely cheesy. And I love how cheesy this movie is, like last time. It makes me laugh so stinking hard. The Japanese crew captures King Kong, and they take him to the water ride, and they run into a ship with the captain to release Kong back to the island, which will probably be a big mistake. And like last time, the characters don't matter in this movie except for saying funny dialogue. And what we need is to go get to is the monster action, that is King Kong versus Godzilla. And the Japanese dubbed aren't even as on sync, which is like the Man with No Name trilogy, where the lips don't sync. Here I'm having that same problem, and at this point I'm 45 minutes into the movie thinking, where's the battle between King Kong and Godzilla? At the moment, Godzilla is destroying a train while an idiot tries to get through his girlfriend from the train accident, which is a foolish act, but he gets her out. Meanwhile, Kong wakes up and struggles his way out, and the captain of the ship says, cut the ropes and try to shoot the dynamite, which was stupid. And Kong falls into the water, and we move on to Japan, where Kong fights Godzilla barely. And that's when the fight begins at 55 minutes into this movie. And again, barely. And the movement on both creatures look rather too silly, and the moves on to more dumb dialogue, which makes no sense, while they try to avoid them fighting in Tokyo. And now I'm ticked. The military releases torches while Godzilla comes to their direction, and they trap him with dynamite attacks, which doesn't work out very well, and the editing in this movie sucks. As we go from monster attack to getting more bad dialogue, which annoyed the daylights out of me, Kong approaches Tokyo while the military focuses on Godzilla, and the people in Tokyo leave while Kong destroys the city, killing a bunch of people, and grabs a woman and imagines Ann Darrow from the original King Kong. And the military come and turns on the lights, and they fire some gas to go in Kong, so that a guy can get his girlfriend off Kong's hand. And the military picks up Kong and wires him, and they spy Godzilla and drop Kong in his location. And Kong pushes Godzilla down, and they fight one last round. And Kong picks Godzilla by the tail and messes it up. And Godzilla shoots fire beam or laser attack or whatever that was, atomic breath, on Kong, while Kong throws rocks at Godzilla, and Godzilla beats up Kong and burns him to in rocks, and Kong gets up and gets knocked down as Godzilla comes to Kong. We learn electricity makes Kong stronger and grabs Godzilla's tail and beats up Godzilla and thinks, thanks to electricity, to destroy water, got a building which looks like it was made out of Legos, and they fall into water, and an earthquake comes, and Kong swims away. Godzilla disappears without a trace, and the climax is hilarious, but the fight sure did take the longest time to get to. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. The dialogue is hilarious, but I don't like the editing in this movie as it goes from monsters to the human characters, and they don't matter in these movies. The movements on Kong and Godzilla did look pretty silly, but I hope the new movie improves on getting the fight sooner than 55 minutes in the 1 hour 53-minute runtime, but it was entertaining at best. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back next time with the 2014 Godzilla film. And until next time, let them fight.